Nazi Party platform. Background. The Nazi Party platform was a 25-point program for the creation of a Nazi state and society. Hitler presented the program at the Hofbrauhaus Beer Hall in Munich, Germany on February 24, 1920. The 25 points combined extreme nationalism, racial anti-Semitism, and socialist concepts with German outrage over the Versailles peace settlement following their defeat in World War I. The program called for German rejection of the Versailles Treaty and for the inclusion of all Germans, especially those living in Austria, Czechoslovakia, and Poland, into a greater German state. The Nazis also publicly declared their intention to segregate Jews from Aryan German society, and to abrogate the political, legal, and civil rights of Jews in Germany. The 25 points also included several measures designed to appeal to workers, the largest voting bloc in the Weimar Republic. These included calls for profit sharing in large industries, the nationalization of trusts, free education, and an increase in pension payments. After the Nazi rise to power, the 25 points remained the Nazi Party's official statement of goals, though in later years the Nazis ignored many points. Still, they achieved some of the goals. For example, they revoked German citizenship from Jews, the Nuremberg race laws, and excluded Jews from German society. Ultimately, the exclusion of Jews from society resulted in their deportation from Germany, which began in 1941. Translation. English translation of the 25-point program. Point 1 German source text is published in Der Aufstieg der NSDAP in Augen-Berichten, 1974-2. The program of the German Workers' Party is designed to be of limited duration. The leaders have no intention, once the aims announced in it have been achieved, of establishing fresh ones, merely in order to increase, artificially, the discontent of the masses, and so ensure the continued existence of the party. 1. We demand the union of all Germans in a greater Germany on the basis of the right of national self-determination. 2. We demand equality of rights for the German people in its dealings with other nations, and the revocation of the peace treaties of Versailles and Saint-Germain. 3. We demand land and territory, colonies, to feed our people, and to settle our surplus population. 4. Only members of the nation may be citizens of the state. Only those of German blood, whatever their creed, may be members of the nation. Accordingly, no Jew may be a member of the nation. 5. Non-citizens may live in Germany only as guests, and must be subject to laws for aliens. 6. The right to vote on the state's government and legislation shall be enjoyed by the citizens of the state alone. We demand therefore that all official appointments, of whatever kind, whether in the Reich, in the states or in the smaller localities, shall be held by none but citizens. We oppose the corrupting parliamentary custom of filling posts merely in accordance with party considerations, and without reference to character or abilities. 7. We demand that the state shall make it its primary duty to provide a livelihood for its citizens. If it should prove impossible to feed the entire population, foreign nationals, non-citizens, must be deported from the Reich. 8. All non-German immigration must be prevented. We demand that all non-Germans who entered Germany after August 2, 1914 shall be required to leave the Reich forthwith. 9. All citizens shall have equal rights and duties. 10. It must be the first duty of every citizen to perform physical or mental work. The activities of the individual must not clash with the general interest, but must proceed within the framework of the community and be for the general good. We demand therefore 11. The abolition of incomes unearned by work. The breaking of the slavery of interest. 12. In view of the enormous sacrifices of life and property demanded of a nation by any war, personal enrichment from war must be regarded as a crime against the nation. We demand therefore the ruthless confiscation of all war profits. 13. We demand the nationalization of all businesses which have been formed into corporations, trusts. 14. We demand profit sharing in large industrial enterprises. 15. We demand the extensive development of insurance for old age. 16. We demand the creation and maintenance of a healthy middle class, the immediate communalizing of big department stores, and their lease at a cheap rate to small traders, and that the utmost consideration shall be shown to all small traders in the placing of state and municipal orders. 17. We demand a land reform suitable to our national requirements, the passing of a law for the expropriation of land for communal purposes without compensation, the abolition of ground rent, and the prohibition of all speculation in land. 18. We demand the ruthless prosecution of those whose activities are injurious to the common interest. Common criminals, usurers, profiteers, etc., must be punished with death, whatever their creed or race. 19. We demand that Roman law, which serves a materialistic world order, be replaced by a German common law. 20. The state must consider a thorough reconstruction of our national system of education, with the aim of opening up to every able and hard-working German the possibility of higher education, and of thus obtaining advancement. The curricula of all educational establishments must be brought into line with the requirements of practical life. The aim of the school must be to give the pupil, beginning with the first sign of intelligence, a grasp of the notion of the state, through the study of civic affairs. We demand the education of gifted children of poor parents, whatever their class or occupation, at the expense of the state. 21. The state must ensure that the nation's health standards are raised by protecting mothers and infants, by prohibiting child labor, by promoting physical strength through legislation providing for compulsory gymnastics and sports, and by the extensive support of clubs engaged in the physical training of youth. 22. We demand the abolition of the mercenary, i.e. professional, army, and the formation of a people's army. 23. We demand legal warfare on deliberate political mendacity, and its dissemination in the press. To facilitate the creation of a German national press we demand a. That all editors of, and contributors to newspapers appearing in the German language must be members of the nation. b. That no non-German newspapers may appear without the express permission of the state. They must not be printed in the German language. c. That non-Germans shall be prohibited by law from participating financially in or influencing German newspapers, and that the penalty for contravening such a law shall be the suppression of any such newspaper, and the immediate deportation of the non-Germans involved. The publishing of papers which are not conducive to the national welfare must be forbidden. We demand the legal prosecution of all those tendencies in art and literature which corrupt our national life, and the suppression of cultural events which violate this demand. 24. We demand freedom for all religious denominations in the state, provided they do not threaten its existence nor offend the moral feelings of the German race. The party, as such, stands for positive Christianity, but does not commit itself to any particular denomination. It combats the Jewish materialist spirit within and without us, and is convinced that our nation can achieve permanent health only from within on the basis of the principle, the common interest before self-interest. 25. To put the whole of this program into effect, we demand the creation of a strong central state power for the Reich, the unconditional authority of the political central parliament over the entire Reich and its organizations, and the formation of corporations based on estate and occupation for the purpose of carrying out the general legislation passed by the Reich in the various German states. The leaders of the party promise to work ruthlessly if need be to sacrifice their very lives to translate this program into action.